And some business stories, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is set to roll out the development and deployment of compressed natural gas stations across the country. CNG, popularly called auto gas, is another form of fuel that can be used in automobiles, and the push for its adoption has increased since the removal of subsidy on premium motor spirit. The Group Chief Executive Officer of the NNPCL, Mr. Mele Kyari, says President Bola Tinubu has directed the oil company to source for alternative forms of fuel to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy removal. Once fully operational, Mr. Kyari said the station could serve over 200,000 vehicles daily, thereby significantly reducing carbon emissions and associated impact on climate.
Our principal partner in the CNG business in the country, NIPCO Gas Limited. We have extensive engagement, and the landmark collaboration is aimed to expand the CNG infrastructure, improve access to CNG, and accelerate the adoption of cheaper and cleaner alternative fuel for buses, cars, and keke nape, which will significantly reduce the cost of transportation and engender sustainable national growth. Under the NNPC NIPCO strategic partnership, 35 state-of-the-art CNG stations will be constructed nationwide, including 3 mother stations.
Along with the support of NNPC, is continuously working towards deepening the gas expansion in Nigeria. NIPCO has over 12 years of experience in auto CNG distribution in Nigeria itself, and we are sure with the support of NNPC and everyone, NIPCO will sure come up with the expectations of the citizens of Nigeria and will be able to provide a proven and economical fuel very soon.
The Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry have lauded President Bola Tinubu's efforts to energize small and medium-sized enterprises with 125 billion naira grants. The ACCI's president, Mr. Abdul Jabbar Abubakar, in his statement in Abuja, said the president recognizes the sector as a driver of economic growth. It will be recalled that the president in his nationwide broadcast announced the release of grants to support SMEs to cushion the effect of subsidy removal on businesses and Nigerians. According to the president, out of the amount, the federal government will spend 50 billion naira on conditional grants to 1 million nano businesses between now and March 2024. Mr. Abubakar called for speedy implementation of the palliatives and collaborations with the Corporate Affairs Commission for effective implementations of the grants. The National Pension Commission says the number of contributors for the contributory pension scheme rose to 10 million members as at June from 9.86 million members recorded in 2022. The Director General of the Commission, Mrs. Aisha Dahir Umar, made the disclosure at a conference organized for journalists covering pension and labor industries in Lagos. Mrs. Dahir Umar said the membership of the CPS within the period under review increased by 146,920. She said pension assets increased by 1.7 trillion in the first half of 2023 from 14.9 trillion naira to 16.76 trillion naira at the end of June. She noted that CPS had ensured that public and private sector workers can build retirement savings throughout their work lives, fostering financial security during their golden years. The Nigerian Export Promotion Council has engaged the banking community to boost feeding access to non-oil funding, access to non-oil exports in the industry. Now, this is against the backdrop of credit access challenges that the players have grappled with over the years that has limited their penetration into markets across borders. Lara Folayan reports.
Inadequate and high cost of credit has affected the Nigerian business space over the years. Though the Apex Bank has put in place several interventions over time to help change the narrative, the situation still leaves a lot to be desired. The Nigerian Export Promotion Council is particularly concerned about players in the non-oil export business. It says though the banks are now more actively engaged in non-oil financing more than ever, so much more is needed. It is now engaging with the banks on how the situation can improve.
There are issues relating to bank access to finance, which is a key issue in non-oil export, access to finance, and of course the high interest rate. But we also discovered that most of the bankers, they don't even appreciate what is, the whole gamut of export or export promotion. And so we decided for the first time to invite all the bankers, the export schedule officers in the various banks, to train them, to have an interface and also train them on export promotion, on export procedure and documentation, and also logistics.
The expectations from the exercise here is high as the export promotion authorities strive to meet and exceed non-oil export targets. They are positive this interaction with the banks will yield expected results.
With what they are going to hear now, because we brought in resource people from not only Export Promotion Council, but from the private sector, people that are into non-oil export. So we brought them. By the time I'm sure they are well trained, they will go back to their various banks and, of course, share the information. And I believe the export procedure and documentation will be seamless and less cumbersome, at least in the financial sector.
The country's non-oil exports to other parts of the world for the first half of this year was valued at $2.53 billion. The NNPC says it is committed to strengthening efforts at expanding the non-oil export net as exporters penetrate more markets around the world. Lara Folayo, TVC News, Abuja.
Asian shares inched higher today while the dollar retreated for a one-month peak as investors accessed U.S. economic data that largely showed a resilient labor market and awaited a crucial non-farm payroll report due later in the day. Now, MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside Japan rose 0.28%. Futures indicate European stocks were set for a higher opening, with Eurostock 50 futures up 0.35%, German DAX futures 0.23%, FTSE futures 0.19%, E-money futures for S&P 500 rose 0.35% in Asian hours. Chinese blue chips rose 0.64%, Shanghai Composite Index rose 0.5%, Hong Kong benchmark Hang Seng climbed 1% on course to snap its three-day losing streak. Cuban central bank has issued rules banning states and private businesses from using automated teller machines and limiting cash transactions between them in efforts to tame inflation rate and economic crisis. According to the country's apex bank, cash transactions have been limited to 5,000 pesos, and the policy will be implemented gradually over 6 months. This is to curb rising inflation rate, which has reached 45%. Control the devaluation of the peso and encourage the use of electronic payments. Minister of Economy, Mr. Jedro Gil, added that gross domestic product surges by 1.8% in the first half of the year, but remained at 8% below pre-pandemic levels. China has disclosed plans to drop its tariff on Australian Bailey's imports that has been in place for 3 years and affected billions of dollars of trade. According to China's Commerce Ministry, it is no longer necessary to continue to impose anti-dumping duties and contravening duties on imported Bailey from Australia. In response, Australia's Prime Minister, Mr. Anthony Albanese, welcomed the move by inviting China's new foreign minister to visit the country and promised to suspend its case of a World Trade Organization over Beijing's duties on Bailey. And crude oil prices rose for a second day today, set for their 6th-week gain after Saudi Arabia and Russia, the world's second and third largest crude producers, pledged to cut output through next month. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude rose to sell at $81.93 with an uptick of 0.47%. Brent also experienced an upward price margin, 0.4% to sell at $85.48. Bonnie Light recorded an upsurge of 1.69% to sell at $86.55. And for the OPEC basket, crude dealers are offering $86.66 with an upward price review of 0.07%. Well, that's business news. Next is sports. I'll see you at the top of the hour for Business Nigeria.